Hello everyone, this is Sharon from LearnAcon, and in this video I will show you how to simulate a first order system in Siemens TI portal. Before we can control the process, we need to understand its personality, or basically how it responds when conditions change. A process model is simply a mathematical representation of that behavior. We use models because they allow us to predict how a system will behave before anything is built, develop and test control strategies safely and inexpensively through the simulation, and determine the most effective PID tuning parameters for the real system. To make it easier to understand, let's start with an example. Here we have a diagram of a simple tank filling mechanism. We have volumetric flow in represented by Q in over time, and similarly flow out represented by Q out function. The change in the height of the water, or more precisely, the volume of the fluid, is defined by the delta between flow in and flow out over the time. So we can have an equation like this. dV by dt is equal to Q in minus Q out. As you can see, this is a differential equation and it's complex to solve. So that's why it's normally transformed using Laplace transformation into an algebraic equation, which is much easier to understand. So this would be called the transform function, which represents the change of the height of the volume in the tank with reference to the input flow with a simple algebraic equation. This equation, from the mathematical perspective, is called a first-order system. The first-order systems are represented by a standard mathematical equation as below. So we have the deviation of the output over time, output itself, and on the other side of the equation we have input. Tau is called the time constant, and k is the process gain. The fact that the highest derivative is the first derivative is what mathematically defines this equation as a first order. What is important for us is how a first order system responds to a change. And in a classic way, change is defined as a step function. So by looking at this diagram, we can see if the input change, which represented by the velvet graph here, it's like in step, the output changes in the form of curvy, soft, exponential graph. In other words, when we give a first order system a step input, which could be like suddenly turn on a heater, the output follows a simple exponential curve. From this curve, we can extract key parameters that defines the process. First one is the K, or the process gain, which determines the magnitude of the steady-state changes in the output relative to the input change. Or in simple words, if input changes 1 unit, how many changes we can expect at the output. And the other important parameter is the tau, which is called the process time constant. It defines the behavior or profile of the system. Tau is the speed of the system's response once it actually begins to move. As a rule of thumb, after passing time equal to 1 tau, the output reaches to 63.2% of its maximum. So just simply by looking at the equation of a system, we can say after how many seconds the output reaches the 63%, which it follows with a slower pace as displayed in this diagram. So after 4 times tau, the output reaches almost to the maximum. Okay, I believe now you have a good understanding of what a first order system is and how it behaves to a change. So now I'm going to switch to TI portal and show you how we can simulate a first order system using Siemens PLCs. Before we get into the TI portal part, we need to install a simulation library. This library is available on the Siemens portal site, and I'm going to show you how to download it right now. So I'm in the Siemens portal library. In the search bar, I'm going to look for the LSIM library. Just type in LSIM. And here is the link to the library. And if you scroll down here, on the bottom, there are some download links. The first one is a manual for the Library of Controlled Systems Simulation. And the next link is the library itself in a zip file format. To be able to download this, you need to make sure that you register and log in on this website. Let's have a quick look on the manual of this library. This library contains multiple function blocks that can simulate different forms of process models, including the first-order systems. In this manual, first-order system is represented by PT1. If I scroll down here, here is the explanation of the first-order system, or LSIM PT1, which is represented by this transfer function. So we have the gain and time lag, which is basically the tau. It's the same function that we saw on the slides. And by calling this function block, we can create a graph like this, which simulates the step response or a change applied to a system. Now you know that how we are going to simulate the first order system. Next, I'm going to switch to TI portal, call this function block, and see how it works. Okay, here is my TI portal. I've already created a project and called this function block LSIMPT1. So just a few points here. I've already downloaded and installed the LSIM function block library. As you can see, it's here in my library panel. If you want to know how to install a library in TI portal, please watch my previous video on library installation. Here is the link. The other thing is this function block needs to be called in the cyclic interrupt template and not in the main block. If you need a refresher about the cyclic interrupt blocks, please might watch previous video on how to use cyclic blocks. Okay, so I call this function block here. This will simulate my step inputs and generates an exponential curve on the output side. To verify the functionality, we need to run a trace. I've already created a trace to see that together. Let me open it up. If you need to learn how to create and use trace function in TI portal, please watch my previous video on trace tool. So I'm going to split the screen. And one thing I just forgot to mention is that to call this function block, I'm using parameters that I'm storing in a data block. And then for the default value of the gain, I'm using 1. And for the tau, I'm using 5. So the time constant is 5 seconds and gain factor is 1. Okay, now I'm going to download my application into PLC. I'm using PLC Sim in this scenario. Okay, my application has been successfully downloaded and my CPU is running. Now I'm gonna activate the monitor and also activate the trace. I will load the trace into controller. I'm tracing two parameters here, input and output. So input would be like a step, a sudden change, for example 0 to 100, and then we trace the output curve. Okay, my trace is loaded, so I'm going to activate recording. Right now both inputs and outputs are 0, so switch to function call, enable. So the block is enabled. Right now input is 0, tau 5, gain 1. Block is okay, no error. So I'm going to change the input from 0 to 100. And we'll look at the output curve. So the red plot here represents the step, and the blue plot represents the response of the first order system. Okay, so the output reached to its maximum. Great. We can stop the trace. And now we can verify whether this curve is correct or not. So I'm gonna activate the interpolate to make the curve softer and smoother. Okay. Now we would like to verify if this curve represents a system with tau equal to 5, and to verify that we need to check if within time equal to tau, which is 5 seconds in this case, did it reach to 63.2%. So I'm going to activate the horizontal and vertical cursors here. So let's put the cursor on the 36%, which is almost here, and the horizontal one, and sorry, the vertical ones. So I put 1 and 0, and the other one on the cross section of 63. Change the time to second. Okay, so delta t is equal to 4.8 seconds. It's kind of equal to 5, so maybe I have to readjust this more closely to 63.2. We can zoom in a little bit, maybe using this one. Okay, 63 would be here. Here it should be the 0. And yeah, and if I switch back to 100% display, so I can see that the delta t is kind of very close to 5 seconds. So this curve is correct. So it means that we can use this function block as a fairly precise model for a first order system. Okay, that was it for today. I hope you learned something new by this video. If you found it helpful, I appreciate if you support this channel by subscribe, share, and like. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.